Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to the channel and welcome to my Journeyman series, The Road to Anywhere. It is Season 10, Year 10 and I can't wait to get stuck into it. Hopefully you're going to enjoy this enough to help support me by smashing that like button. It really does help me, the series and the channel. If you really want to help me out, you can always pledge to my Patreon. You'll find a link to that down below in the description. Now, if you've seen the last episode, which was a rare midweek extra episode, so you may have missed it, you'll know I've finished my 3-year stint in Croatia, but I've been to like Scandinavia, a couple of countries in Scandinavia. Now we've been to a couple of countries around Europe. I just feel it's time to broaden my horizons. I wanted to leave Europe, maybe go over to Asia or over to the Americas. Mainly the Americas, if I'm completely honest. Now there was tons of Brazilian jobs out there, lots and lots, but then there was this one job, just one job in this country. That was all it was. I can tell now that my reputation is getting bigger because it was straight in there. I couldn't wait. So, where have we ended up? Where's this road taking us? Well, we've had to leave the road and get your passport, and we're jumping on a plane because it's a freaking long way away. Yes, welcome to La Plata, Estudiantes de La Plata. Yep, buzzing with this. The only job available in Argentina, and I didn't know too much about the club, apart from the fact, if you've been watching, I bought 2 players off these last year, Hajduk split. And then they've obviously played a season, and they've finished 13th, which isn't really good enough for this team because they've sacked the manager. Now, there were loads of jobs in Brazil, but you may have realised this yourself. When you've done the update recently, it's kind of ruined some of the name fixes. So I've been kind of put off by that. I'm trying to fix it, but I don't know if I'll be able to fix it on this save. I might have to just wait for a new save. This club is a decent club, right? A pretty good club actually, to be fair. They've won 4 Copa Libertadores, which is like the South American Champions League. 5 main titles. A Copa Sudamericana, which I think is like a Europa League. Maybe. Now, one thing I'm a bit annoyed with, though, is the icons, favourite personnel, legends. There's no one on them. When in fact, there's bloody plenty of them. Especially one who I used to watch live. I used to go to Old Trafford, I had a season ticket when Veron played for Manchester United. So I've seen Veron play. I used to like him. We went from winning a treble, playing 4-4-2. We signed Veron, and my mates were like, wow, you're going to take over the world. Now, we didn't really settle in, and we were kind of the first time United we changed our formation to a more European style, which everyone does now. But I liked him as a player, and I remember watching him pre-season, just going absolute worldly, thinking it's going to be his year this year. And then we sold him to Chelsea. But anyway, he loves his club. This is his club, and in real life, he's actually the chairman. When he was in Europe earning big money, he'd send it back, help build the training ground. And he's been instrumental in going back to their stadium. And now they've only just gone back to it fairly recently. They've been sharing with a close rival of theirs. You'll have seen it maybe on that last page. Historic rival, like a new stadium I think might have been built for something. Maybe a Copa America, a beautiful stadium. But they wanted to go home because this stadium is historic. But I think, I don't know how many years ago, it might have been 2003. Something like that, I'm guessing. They basically, I think bits of it were made out of wood. So it was deemed unsafe. But we're back there now, especially on this save. And when it reopened, when I found this video, I thought it was amazing. They did this grand reopening, it's dark, all the lights are out, you can see everyone with their phones, and a 3D hologram of a lion, which is like the symbol of the club, which I love that, I absolutely love that. It jumps on the stand, it jumps onto the pitch, it rises up in front of the fans. Imagine being there and it's full-grown lions charging around. It was a brilliant spectacle. Anyway, we are based in a city called La Plata. Now, La Plata is just further south of Buenos Aires. Now, Buenos Aires, I'm assuming it's similar to New York. Buenos Aires is like, well, it's the capital of Argentina. But like New York, it's got a larger area. I think it's called like the region of Buenos Aires. And La Plata is the biggest city in the region. So, you know, we're in that region and we're close to Buenos Aires, who have got River Plate, who I think are the most successful team, and Boca, who are the second most successful team, I think, in Argentina. So we're in their shadow, which I love. I don't want to be the biggest team, but we're going to be starting with superb training facilities. Now, I don't know how they start at the start of the game, But knowing Veron sent money back, I think that's brilliant. Excellent youth facilities. I can get the data analysis sorted. Hopefully we can do more with the stadium. We do own it. Now what's going to be hard as well is figuring it out. Now hopefully I can figure it out. Maybe you know stuff about Argentinian football. You can help me. But it's like parts of it are in line with Europe and parts of it are in line with the rest of South America. It's weird. So the league seems to run like a European league. From the end of summer around. Like a normal league in Europe. But then other things don't. So the cup carries over. It's weird. And then you've got all the continental competitions, they can carry over. So there's going to be ends of episodes where I'm like, right, well that's the league done, but you'll have to wait till the next one to see what happens in the cup. It's weird. So we've just finished 13th and the manager's got sacked and I took his job, right? So that's the league's done. But then there's the Copa Sudamericana, and I think, why are we in that? So that's got to be from the previous season because from what I've found out, or kind of know, in South America, I think teams in leagues like this, certain continental competitions, you get in through your league position. But then there's other countries in South America that'll have an independent, separate competition for you to get into the continental competition, if you know what I mean. So I'm not sure. I'm guessing we're in this because of last season, because it crosses over. The thing I do know, and I'm pretty sure of it, is you get about 800 grand in TV money, which is a bit shit. But yeah, 38 games, just like the Prem. 20 teams, just like the English Prem. Everything else is pretty standard, I think. Goal difference, goals scored. Bottom 3 teams are relegated. Maximum 6 foreign players in your squad. Can have a big squad as well, which are quite like. Transfer windows, there's a few. Transfer registration rules. All I know is it's the second oldest league in the world, or second oldest federation after the English FA's federation, even though I think it was set up by a Scotsman. And that's why if you look on the Argentina logo, it's called the Argentinian FA. It was set up by a Brit, Scottish guy who's called, can't remember his name, but he's like the father of football in Argentina. I also know I'm going to have to improve my staff. I always do that, but obviously you don't know what's going to be available to you. Well, once I started looking, we're alright really. I don't know why, but you can get decent staff in Argentina. From Brazil as well. And they don't want loads of money, so I felt like I could do something, but it was going to be a slow process. I've got a couple of wonder kids already, which excited me. I was hoping I could bring in some of my own, but this is my best player, 19-year-old Sergio, who is an absolute beast and he's wanted. He's only worth 3 million quid, my ass. But Bayern want him, Valencia want him. It's going to be hard keeping hold of him, but he's got a deal till 31 and he hasn't got a minimum fee release clause. He's left-footed, which doesn't help when you're a right winger, but he can cut inside, bash it in with his left. I also had a lot of players I could probably get rid of and cash in on myself. You've got reserves full of players that I wanted to get rid of. Youth team players. I sold some good young players as well. I just wanted to scrap it. I wanted to get rid of my reserves, get this youth team down to a minimum, and then maybe, unlike any club on the rebuild so far, pay more attention to my youth intake, because in Argentina it's in November, so it's only a couple of months away really. We jump forward now, it's going to be the start of the season, and I just want to go through some of the players, because like I said, some players are already coming in, some players are leaving. I've got rid of a load of crap for like 100 grand here, 200 grand there. I'm trying to maximise my money, and I've brought in a couple of players myself. The biggest one being Martin Romoa, 21-year-old from Colon. Is that what you call him? Just think of Colon, do you like your ass? Next up I bought Alessandro Ruggiero. Love these names. Loads of potential. He's an attacking midfielder, and he can play up front, which is handy. Next up I bought Nicolas Romero. Loads of Romeros. I had 2, didn't I? Argentinian Romeros at High Duck Split. Keeper in the centre half. This guy's a midfielder, and he is in fact a wonder kid from Argentinos Junior. It's going to cost me a good 4 or 5 million eventually, but a wonder kid. Now, there's a lot of wonder kids, similar to what I used to moan about on FM19. So some of them are deserving of that title. I think some of them aren't. I think he's a very good young player. Wonder kid, yeah. And the last player I've brought in is Eduardo Fernandez, 19-year-old from Lanús or Lanús. Loads of potential. He's not a wonder kid, but I think he's a very good winger. And with my good young right winger, I think it could be good out wide. This is Walter Molinas. Now, this was a transfer that was already in place, which I'm happy with. He's got loads of potential. He's not a wonder kid, but he's pretty quick. Hopefully, he can get bigger and stronger. And lastly, it's M.A. Molo. Again, this is a transfer that was already in place. Now, I think he looks decent. He's 24. So he's not really going to improve much. But I think he looks like a good right back. I'm happy with it. We're at the stage now where the majority of his squad's regens. You're not going to know who's gone really. You're not going to know who they are. I don't want to bore you to death going through everything. This is episode 1. Hopefully we'll get to know the squad in more detail as we go through the next few seasons. But I just want to quickly show you maybe my best 11, so you've got an idea. Because like I said, you saw the initial squad earlier, and they had a bit of talent. We've got Jen Yat up top, 25-year-old, who I think is really good. I think he was my leading goal scorer last year for the ex-manager. On the left, we've obviously got Eduardo Fernandez, beast. On the right, you've seen the main man himself, Sergio. Sergio. Romero in the middle, we've got Ruggiero, the beast. Montiel, he's 28 and a regen. Love his passing. Quite like his passing. He's going to be more of a defensive midfielder. We go to the back. I've got 2 decent keepers. So this club must make good keepers, you know, because we've got him and Cajon, who I think are both good, who are both very similar to the keeper I bought of them the year before, the Hajduk split. In the centre of defence, got Raul. Look how good he is. Uruguayan 28-year-old. Thank you very much. Well happy to have him. Can't say his name. Urquiza. George, we'll call him. How good's he? I think he's really good. And then obviously you've seen me fullback. It's got some good depth. I think got a good team here. But what do the bookies think? Well, they think we're going to be 7th. So I can see maybe why. We've made some additions, but we've not bought world-class talent. So I can see maybe why the manager got sacked last year for finishing 13th, if that's where they believe they are. But I know River Boca Racing Club Independiente. I think there was a group of 5 they called them. I can't remember. River Boca Racing Club. It might be San Lorenzo and Independiente, to be fair. There's a group of 5 that the only teams that won the title for like 30, 40 years or something. So, you know, I want to break into that. Now, I'm not a tactician. I've kind of modified this from something else. But I quite like it. It did pretty well for us in Croatia. But that's Croatia. And this squad initially was fit for it. So I thought, let's keep the formation. The players, the squad fit it. And the players I've brought in fit it. So I'm going to see how it does. It's not perfect, but if you ever want to have a go of it, let me know and I might make it available. Now here we go, and at this point, this is the stat. So I've got a lot to do. Physios are brilliant. The coaches, I've got 7 of them, but we've got some way to go, especially the fitness and the goalkeeping. But that's all I do now. In a month, I'll go back to the board. Can I add a coach? And just keep asking. And then hopefully, definitely by the end of the season, it'll be maxed out. And people always keep asking me, how do you find staff? I just go to staff search and I look for the best ones. That's it. Go to staff search. The only ones that will come up are ones that are interested. Look for what you need. Right, I need someone who's good at attacking and technical. Put them into your fillers and just get the best one. Now financially, we're looking okay. Pretty okay, really. Better than I thought we were going to. But that's mainly because of player sales. Now, there was one player we lost about 11 million and another one for 5 million. They were transfers already in place. They've gone over to Europe. And then the rest of them, I've sold about 12. A little scraps here and there. And we've kind of added it together. And then plus you've seen the guys I brought in. I didn't spend that much. I've spent a couple of million, really. Eventually we'll spend it. I've spread the transfers out. And I've got nothing to actually spend. But I felt better about that balance. I felt like we're starting in a good place here. Hopefully we could use that and put it into the facilities. Now this is the history of the league, and it has changed. And I'm guessing it used to be more like some of the other South American countries where they have opening and closing stages and all that. But it looks like since 2014 they've just gone flat out normal. What I'd call normal. Now we haven't won the league since it was old school back in 2009, and that'll be that year where Sebi Veron or whatever he's called, Joan Sebastian Veron, in it, Joan Sebastian Veron. He won the freaking league, and then he went on to win the Continental Cup, didn't he? So these are last year's fixtures because it all crosses over. So that guy's got the sack, I'm guessing here. I've come in and got the job, and then this all starts technically at the end of last season, even though to me it felt like a new season. Then it resets. We have a third testimonial for one of our players, and then we've got the Copa Sudamericana third round leg one. I don't know why we're in that. It must be from the year before. It's got to be, because things cross over. Quite confusing, isn't it? How some things are in line with some countries, some things are in line with others. One thing I was well excited with was this club's cool. we want to do stuff. That money we've managed to accumulate, and they definitely want to spend it. So you can see there, I've got new data analysis, I've added a data analysis, I've added scouts, we're improving all the facilities, expanding the stadium as well. Yeah, this club's already instantly on the up. We've just got to try and get some results on the pitch. So how are we doing? Sao Paulo now says Sao Paulo because I've gone on to Sort It Outside. That's where I get all my graphics from and name fixes. You'll find a link to their website down below. Brilliant, best one. And I've got the new patch. And what's good about the new patch is it changes it in game. But yeah, we started out in the Copa Sudamericana and obviously got knocked out by Sao Paulo. So we're not a good team yet. Well, we're freaking second in the league. It's the end of December, or mid-December, sorry, and winter break's going to happen. But we're doing alright. It's close. Boca River behind us, only by 2 points. Racing Club are just storming it this year. Romero, best player in the league. But yeah, I mean, I felt good. I thought, good staff. Want to do my training. My tactics are pretty good, I think. It's not perfect, but it's good. I didn't think we'd be 7th. I thought we'd maybe, be pushing it. Just like Croatia, it's looking like this tactic is still defending pretty well because we're defending around the same, conceding about the same as all the big teams. But similar to Croatia, we're not the biggest goal scorers. I don't know if that is the tactic. I've thought about a few things maybe, and I end up expanding the staff. I'll show you that in a minute. And I got myself an extra attack coach. See if that can help us. We don't have to change the tactic. I don't know if that works. But I quite like the tactic. I don't like fiddling with tactics too much. I think once you keep fiddling with stuff, you're not successful. I think a lot of the time I'm successful is I'll stick with a tactic, I fight through it. And you remember I had 7 coaches last time, I've got 9 now. So you can see I've got the best ones. Improving my scouting because even though I've been scouting Argentina, now I'm here, I'm scouting it more and more and more. And I'm scouting the 2nd division as well, which I hadn't done in the past, not too much anyway. We started off really well, we didn't get beat till the Lays, away 1-0. But we've had some decent results. Now, I'll be honest with you, when we got to, I'll reverse it actually. When we got, let's give it down a little bit. When we got to this game, we were top of the league. And I was like, and we got battered off Independiente. And then we went away to Boca and got beat 1-0. And since then we've been floating around, people have caught us up. Obviously we've only played a few extra games. But yeah, I like this league because, I don't know, it just, there's a lot more quality than Croatia in my opinion. Have you seen who took my job? Mr. freaking Croatia himself, Slaven Bilic. I was buzzing with that because he's a decent manager on this game. And I was worried that it all go tits up because I left this club in such a great spot. But we've got a good manager in, top of the league. And he definitely spent me money. He spent 42 million. Oh, look where he's getting his players from. 2 on loan from River. He's got a player from Boca, a player from River, a player from Independiente. So we've jumped forward to April Fool's Day, April the 1st. And we are currently 2nd still. And it is still tight as a Ducks. Arsehole. Racing Club at top. I think that'd be cool if anyone can break the River Plate dominance. But to be up there punching is great. Independiente now 3rd, got Boca in 4th, River down in 7th. What's going on? How'd you go from 6 titles to 7th? I don't know. Did Hind-Duck split nick their best player? I don't know. But we've got the 2nd best player in the league. We ain't got anyone in the top goal scorers. I'm going to show you my squad now. I'll let you have a look at some of the players. And there's a reason the best player, or my best player, is now 2nd best player in the league. Because he's injured, so he's not playing anymore. And he's probably going to miss the rest of the season. The rest of the league season anyway. Out for potentially 2 months. Yeah! But I've got some cracking lads here. Sergio is wanted by everyone. And he's pissed off because I won't let him leave. You're not going, mate. Because it's April, the new Copa Argentina has started. And this is what I mean. This starts in April and ends around November. And at this point we are, of course, well into the Copa Libertadores. This is like the Champions League, the big time league. And we've got Sao Paulo in it, who of course knocked us out of the other competition. And 2 other teams, one from Venezuela, one from Peru. So we're not doing bad. If we can get out of it, that'll be great for the club. And we've got 8 games left to play. I've reversed the dates. Hurricane, that's the last game we've played. We've got beat 1-0, but we've got some great games. Independiente, beating them 3-0. was awesome. We drew with Boca. We beat River 2-0. We're all right, aren't we? I'm thinking we can keep some of that money and it doesn't all disappear. Because I'm scouting. I might actually be able to build something good here. Well, it is the end of the league season, the 1st of June, and we've played one game in the Copa Argentina. The rest of it's going to be played next season. Weird. Now, this is the Sudamericana, which we actually won 4 years ago. Sao Paulo went on to win that. I'm not sure if we'll be in that again next year. I have, honestly, tried to read up on certain things. I'm crap at finding out the information I need. So this is Sao Paulo's fixtures, so we can try and maybe work it out together. And that's when we played them at the start of the season in July, and they knocked us out, didn't they? And then they played again in August, then September, and then the final in November, which is in line with the Copa Argentina FA Cup final. Of course, we're in the big one still, and we finished the group second with Sao Paulo. Again, can't get rid of them at the minute, can we? Now, we only lost one game, and that was against Sao Paulo. We drew one game against Sao Paulo, and we won the other 4, which I expected, without conceding, dominated. Now, these are the current title holders, Palmeiras from Brazil. So this is last year. So like they play, it starts in March, right? And then you've got the group stage, haven't you? Right? And then that's it. That's the end of the Argentinian league season. So it's going to come back in July in the summer. So we're going to be playing someone in the knockout stages over the summer. August, the quarterfinals hopefully, and then the semis are played in September, one in October, and the finals in November. So all the cup finals seem to end in November. When it came to the league, wow, Newell's ended up winning it. Where did they come from? Racing Club finished second, Independiente third. We were 4 above Boca and River. Oh, look how close it was. Goal difference above Boca. River were a bit of distance away from us. We weren't too far. We were only 3 points off second. We're only freaking, what, 4 points off winning the league. This is my kind of league. This is my kind of competitive league. Things can change. It's fine margins. I like it. I didn't like the fact we lost 10 games. We need to sort that out. We finished the season with 16 million. I expected to lose some, wages and so on. Even though the wages aren't that much. I think I was spending $500,000 at High Duck Split here. We're spending 210 grand. So it's a lot of small wages, but it is what it is. This is my squad. Arranged by average rating. Nicholas Romero. Look, you get a good young player. Europe comes calling. And he was a very good player. Walter, no one wants him yet. But he's good. The leading goal scorer with 25 goals. We've got Rodrigo Raballo, 20-year-old midfielder. I don't want everyone to get wanted. That's what I'm worried about. This is the right winger. Who wants you now? Oh, he's unhappy now. Bayern, Dortmund, Independiente, Boca. You're not going anywhere, mate. Want to move to a bigger club? You're going nowhere unless someone pays me like 20, 100 billion pounds. It's too good. Now I've got a few shortlists, especially in Argentina. I branch them off. So I'll have a main one of everyone, and then I'll go through it and get players who are interested and put them in a separate one. So this is probably one I'm going to be using. I mean, there's some guys here at big teams like River and so on. I don't necessarily know if I would be able to get someone like that. I mean, he looks pretty good, to be fair. I go for teams like this, little teams, you know what I mean? Go through them all, see if we can find a wonder kid. Nick a wonder kid or 2. Do you know what I mean? But I will be using this shortlist to add a few bits, but I don't need to do too much. I've got a good young team as it is. Just a few more. Oh, I love it. I was well excited to come here. I'm glad I did. So there we have it. Hopefully you enjoyed it enough to smash the like button. Maybe even subscribe if this is the first video you've ever watched. Maybe even pledge to my Patreon and become a true legend. But yeah, let me know what you think of this move to Argentina. Let me think what you think of the club. I know we didn't win anything, and it's weird in a way because we're finishing a season that's not finished in a way because of continental football and the Copa Argentina, but I just thought it's best to go off the league. So, we did alright. Top 4. Something to go out, something to build on it. Hopefully we can go into next season, do a good league campaign, and maybe pick up a trophy or 2. I hope you're happy. I hope you're well. Obviously, the world's shitting itself because of coronavirus. So, fingers crossed you're okay, you and your family, because, anything can happen. So stay safe, stay clean, wash your hands. Wash your feet, wash your face, wash your bits and bobs. And yeah, if you ever want to chat to me, get in touch. I'm Bood. and I'll see you next week.